They're the next generation of voters, and come May 9th, they'll be eligible to cast a vote for the voice they believe will represent them best in Victoria. Along with graduation and final exams, there are a lot of issues on the minds of these students. 4 of the 5 North Peace River MLA candidates running in the election, NDP candidate Rob Dembski, Liberal candidate Dan Davies, and Independent candidates Rob Federley and Jeff Richard, were able to speak on some of those issues. The All Candidates Forum was organized by grade 12 student Annie Peachey, who wanted to spark a conversation among students around the upcoming election.
A lot of them don't know anything about politics. They don't know anything about the political candidates that we have currently running for MLA. And I thought it would be a really important discussion to have so that they would be more informed when they go to the polls on May 9th. I also thought it would encourage the students to actually get out to the polls. I know, especially because they're new voters, a lot of them weren't intending on voting this year, but I think it's really important to exercise that right and privilege. And so I thought this would be a really good encouragement, as well as really important to let them be more informed when they go to the voting polls. So.
They need to be aware of what's going on so that they can make educated choices about what they want to do with their lives and what they want to do. So like as a student going to university in the fall, minimum wage is an incredibly important issue to me, just because I'm currently working 2 jobs in order to be able to go to university in the fall. Like, these issues do affect youth, and I think it's important that people come out to educate them.
Like if I went up to them and started talking to them about minimum wage, how they get paid $10.25 at McDonald's, they get really riled up and they get really passionate about it, but then they don't do anything about it. They're legal to vote, but they just don't vote because they're not educated. So I think stuff like this, where we all get together and we can actually hear from the people who are the candidates, I think it's super important just to like educate yourself, because if you're not educated, then you can't really make an informed decision on these issues.
Topics like post-secondary education, the legalization of marijuana, minimum wage increases, and job creation strategies were all shared with the students at the forum. Students were also able to ask candidates questions and in the end walk away with a better understanding of each of the candidates' platforms.
Having at least those 60 students be informed and know about the different parties, they will go on and talk to their friends about it, right? Like, politics are interesting. Students talk about politics. I talk about politics with my friends all the time. And having at least these 60 students be informed, they're going to pass on that knowledge, and that it's going to inform the entire school. Like, hopefully, like, from this, like, although not everyone was able to attend and not everybody seemed that interested, it's gonna spark some conversations, right?
And no matter whom these students cast their ballots for, they understand it's important to stand up and have a voice.
It's our world next, so it's nice to have a say in what's going to be handed down to us, and just try to look towards the future, make sure we're not totally screwed.
Brendan Miller, CJDC-TV News, Fort St. John.